On today's episode of the Cult Kitchen, we're going to bring you a little segment we like to call Internet Chef. For this episode, we're taking a suggestion right from Facebook from our good friend Mike Yehoody. Yehoody! He's a frequent guest of the Twitch stream that Loafy hosts. Go check out Loafy on Twitch.tv/Loafy Molasses.
He sent me fan packages. He's an awesome guy.
But what he wants us to do today is a Camembert and bacon pull-apart bread.
You said it with the T, like a hard T. It's Camembert, asshole.
Say, all right, Colbert.
Camembert. Camembert.
Like Cam and Ernie. Cam and Ernie and Camembert.
All right. We got a sourdough roll here. And we're going to make like a little pull-apart bread out of it. Now, in the
It's
recipe,
not actually sourdough roll.
in the recipe, they use like a round one, but they only have the tiny little guy round one. So we got this one. Holy shit, we're ready! All right. Thanks for the suggestion, Mikey Hoodie. Let's get to it. First step, we take our sourdough roll and we cut it up so as to make things we can tear out of it. And that's why it's pull-apart bread. There we go. We got our pull-apart all cut up.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, dude. Look at the video.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut up our Camembert into strips and stick it in there.
You should have froze the cheese first.
So much cheese.
Mm.
The next step is we're gonna make our butter mix. This is butter,
Some
garlic,
Butter and a mix.
and parsley.
It was just those three things? It took you that long to remember?
We need about 75 grams of butter. This is 113 grams. I'm gonna do some eye math. That looks like 75 grams.
How many teaspoons is it?
We need about 2 cloves of garlic. And since
I'm gonna say, generally that's like 2 of the big spoons. Let's do like 2 heaping. And I'm like, that's close enough.
2 heaping tablespoons?
this stuff is usually kind of lighter flavored than like normal garlic, so I'm gonna, just 2 good.
Big old motherfuckers like that.
I mean, I like heavy garlic anyway.
No, we're done.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, baby, that looks good.
You're gonna add about 10 grams of parsley, freshly chopped. Of course, don't go for that prepackaged shit.
10 grams, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's very colorful. So festive.
It's a smear you put on top after you put the cheese on there and the bacon in there. This is gonna take goddamn forever. So basically, it doesn't like give you any rhyme or reason about how you're putting the cheese in here. It just says like put some cheese in there.
Yeah, this makes me really hungry, but it also like totally sets off my trypophobia.
Surprisingly, it doesn't look any better in the video. And then also on top of that, you're like, Camembert? That's not gonna fucking melt.
No, it wouldn't, would it?
Bacon! This is, after all, a bacon and Camembert pull-apart loaf. Delicious pepper bacon from our local bacon purveyor. Okay, and then on top of this, what we're gonna do is use our butter mix. It's really hot in this bowl. Ow. Yes. Now it's getting weird. Scoosh it down in some of those. Now we're gonna throw it in the oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The recipe actually said Fahrenheit.
Yay!
For 20 minutes.
What? No way.
It said 18 to 20. I'm going for 20 because obviously that's not long enough.
My prediction is the cheese doesn't melt.
The cheese is definitely not going to melt.
Then what the fuck? Like, how does it get onto the bread when you pull it apart?
I don't know. It wasn't even melting in the video. That was the thing. Like,
Yeah,
and they show the guys like pawing out like pieces of the bread.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get so fucking greasy and shit all over your hands just from doing that.
Yeah.
Like-
Get yourself a fork.
This seems impractical, but I bet it's gonna taste good still. It's been in there for 20 minutes, which is the max. The max they told us to put it in, and this is what it looks like.
It just doesn't. Didn't look right.
I feel like we could put it in for a little bit longer, get the bread a little bit more toasty, get some of the cheese a little bit more melty, even though Camembert isn't really like a melting cheese in this instance. I think we'll be fine, so I'm going to put it in for another, just a few minutes.
Pull apart bread. Yes.
Yeah, it's that's our pull apart bread. Now in the video they just kind of reach in with their grubby ass fucking fingers and grab shit, but I'm gonna be a little bit more tactful about it. Get just like a little scoop.
You wiener.
Got everything on there. You know it does smell delicious.
It's hot.
The top of the bread is nice and crispy. I do think if we had let it go a little bit, like even a little bit more, it would have gone too far. The bacon is nice. The Camembert is like a blue cheesier version of brie. A little bit more funky. It's got a little bit more funk to it. But that works out well with the sourdough. And the amount of sourdough versus the cheese. Like, at first I was like, is that enough cheese? But how strong that cheese is flavored, it works out well. The only thing I think you could do from this point is like drizzle some olive oil on the top.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. Is it practical? Is it easy? Would you ever really have a good reason to do this? No. But it tastes pretty good.
It looks good. Oh yeah, baby. All right, here we go. I'm gonna be a loner. I'm gonna be a rebel. And say that, yeah, maybe you could have left that in there a little bit longer.
Oh.
Possibly. It's very nice where it's at right now. The top of the bread, it holds such a nice consistency. Like, none of the bread underneath the crust is too crispy, but the crust is just crispy enough to make a very pleasant texture. The rest of everything in there, it puzzles me a little bit. Like the cheese in particular. But it's not in a bad way. It's more like just in a way that I've kind of never had it like that. And I bet if I've had it like 2 or 3 times after this, I'll probably be in love with it.
Ooh. Unless you can't get it in your mouth.
But my mouth cheese. I don't know if maybe we would have had the smaller, rounder one, if that would have been different versus like the more loaf that we had.
I don't think that would have made much of a difference.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe you cut it down too far too. And that's why it went all weird. Or if that's just the nature of the beast, I don't know. But it's got great flavor. I'd be down with that. But yeah, there is like, definitely have to have a lot of forks and be like, don't be sticking your goddamn grubby ass paws in there. I'm already full because we did that treat box, but I do want to eat more of this.
Yeah, I mean, out of the things we've done, this is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. So, Mikey Hoodie, thanks for the suggestion. This has been the Code Kitchen, Internet Chef. If you have an internet recipe you'd like to see us try, go ahead and throw it at us. We might do it. Probably not, but you can try.
Yeah.
And, hey, go check out Loafy channel. Check out Loafy on Twitch. TV/LoafyMolasses.
I'm there.
Thanks for watching.